We got Jews in the house.
You fucking Mark!
Come on out, you rapist. Oh.
Yes, that's right, Infidel. Special declassified war room transmission. As the tickets fly out of the Eventbrite, I bring the event darkness here on the Friday Locker Room. It's not older, fatter, or balder. Look at these chiseled Mount Rushmore of independent wrestling specimens on the way to 2CW. On all the gas, the old men are back. Beware the office, infidels. Beware. YOLO. What is good, guys? What is good? Everything over here. It's got to be a good day here in the missile silo at HMG, and the place to be. I know Maddie's out in Arizona, and he's celebrating his great film release, award-winning film, and we're so happy and proud of him. And yeah, I was excited because we're on the road to Godfather 3. Just when I thought they were out, they told me back in. And, you know, if I got to go and you're getting the mob back together, obviously you got to bring on the top consigliere, you know, the family's representative, and the Striz is back in the place to be at HMG on the Friday Locker Room. Good to be with you, pal.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and you ask me for a favor.
Yeah.
Who better to have, like you said, with the big countdown happening, 2CW, when people thought it was dead and buried, here we are, zombieing out for our reunion show on Friday, November 21st, Saturday, November 22nd, and quite possibly the only time on earth where a Hamin group listener can get a photo, a group photo, not with just me, but with every member from the Wednesday Locker Room, including our honorary 1111 boy, Colin Wysong, in the same place at the same time, first time ever.
Yeah, so we absolutely need to work on the logistics. That's awesome. I'm going to get one. I don't care how much they cost. I'm getting one.
Here's the best part. It's everybody's favorite price. It's absolutely $0, 0 cents, brother. Coming at you.
We got to get some fun 8x10s made.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we got to get Podcast Row kind of going for the 30 day. Like, I haven't really thought about the logistics of that and what cool surprises we could bring to the pre-show of night one. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, is the 2CW family night one. I'm sure we'll obviously, like we always want to, honor our fallen brothers, Jack Trades.
For sure. Absolutely.
And I don't know what the name you want to call them, I guess. You know, and Luke Harper, you know,
right. Big Rig.
Yeah. You like, obviously, two guys that are 2CW to the end. So, and it'll be great to have the Hardys in the house night one, and Jeff can do his thing with the band. I like Josh is, you know, such a music guy. And the other day, or last night, actually, after I closed down Ravens Joint, we had our drive home talk, and you could hear like the music promoter, Pyro Music, excited about that, because that's not something he's done a ton of. He goes to so many concerts, you know, like that. You know, that's going to be done up that's going to be overbooked. So,
for sure, you know it is. You know, the music thing is something we had talked about, Josh and I, years and years ago, when back when we were running regularly, you know, getting ready to close down in 2015. We were saying, like, we enjoyed working together and we enjoyed promoting live events, and we had thought, man, maybe we should do get into music promotions. And we had talked about comedy and how Josh is such a huge fan of Fluffy, that we were talking about, well, you know, maybe we should do, like, just be a live event company. Like 2CW doesn't just do wrestling, it does, you know, X, Y, and Z. And it's something we talked about seriously for a good year. like, what would we do? How would we do it? We were structuring some things together, coming up with ideas for media partners and whatnot. And just the thing is that by that time, Josh's health was kind of here and there. He was kind of up and down a lot. And he was just so burnt out with all the TCW stuff. He's like, you know what? It sounds good, but it's not something we need to do immediately. It's something you can do just one of those days when we're starting to feel like we want to do something and get, Sure. By the point he was so burnt out, he's like, I could just use a little time off to not think about a few things. And, the thing is like you take a little time off and like everybody knows, it's like now you look at your watch and here we are, it's 2025 and we're talking about TCW again. It's crazy, but I know he's excited. You're excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait to be up in New York. And I'm so looking forward to seeing everybody and seeing you, giving you a great big hug and seeing all the boys and, getting back together. Because like you said, we have a couple of brothers that aren't going to be there with us because they're in the big 2CW up in the sky, brother. Oh. And they're not going to be able to make it, and you never know. Hey, I'm 51. I'm going to be 52 by the time this show goes up.
Anybody can get called. It don't matter.
You never know. But so we got to have our fun. We got to get our shit in while we can and make the most of our lives. This is going to be a fun event, like stress free. We're going to go out there, both guns loaded, having a great time, and that's the idea. Is just we're just out there to have some fun.
Yeah, and everybody of our generation is on their way out too. No matter if it's AJ Styles, John Cena, you know what I mean. Everybody's hanging
all the
up
X-Gens.
Yeah, and that's fine. And I'm glad we're getting to do our terms. And the Godfather being there, and Eddie Edwards, who has been such a huge part of 2CW as well. So I'm sure there's plenty more announcements and surprises on the way, and we're going to get the logistics of that. And guy's been asking me in the HMG group I posted this afternoon. I'm just waiting on the link from Comfort Inn in Clay, which is literally 150 yards down the road from Ravens Joint in Syracuse. Clay is a northern suburb of that, real close to the airport. I figure that'd be the easiest way to get guys who fly in, because I know RBV wants to fly in, and we can scoop them up and get them to Watertown one way or another.
Throw them in the back of somebody's car. I'm sure.
Throw them in the back of the truck when it's about 25 degrees.
He won't be the first person to ride in the back of a big ring truck.
Hey, Bikes is taking off on the mountain bike now. He's making this way now. Yeah. So, but Comfort Inn is gonna. I got it. She said she can put 8 to 10 room or. Seven or 8 rooms aside for us at, I think, $115 a night, and I think those were double queen size. So
that's
whether we need them
right there for you.
Yeah, right when we first moved into the neighborhood, I went over to introduce myself to them, and the manager there was real accommodating, and she's like, we want to do business neighbors anything we can with that would help saving on rates. So it's supposed to be a big hockey weekend in Syracuse too. Otherwise she could have probably blocked out more, but it's a nicer, moderate price motel. And why not? I wanted to get something for Russo brand and HMG members who are coming from afar. So you want to let Wednesday Locker Room know if they haven't booked anything. I've got that set up, and when we can save a couple bucks so everyone can come hang out together.
And you know what the great part about that is that all the dudes, guys and girls, you're bringing your girl, that's great too. Like that have been like hovering like little satellites around HMG and around 2CW for all this time now, but haven't quite met each other. Like they're listeners or they're friends of, or one guy's been up, but another guy hasn't. This is the greatest time to take advantage and meet all your buds that you have online. Like you said, like going into that one hotel or whatever, everybody gets together. They go out to go to Tully's for some tenders, or you go out.
Applebee's is literally 40 yards from the front door, and steakhouses are right across the street. So
and go out there, get a couple drinks, talk wrestling, talk music. Do your thing, man, and. That probably at the hotel bar, you know what I mean? Closing it down, talking about getting to finally meet each other. It's going to be a great time for everybody to meet up and kind of, brother it out over the weekend,
Absolutely. And we'll stooge it. It's the Friday Locker Room. We talked that shit. And last night, Josh was pumped about having Godfather on, and obviously the weed connection. So I think we're going to do something extra there at Ravens Joint.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Or right in front, which is larger than life comics and they have everything, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic. They play all those tournaments. So that's where we had Rob sign. So then if families want to come meet the Godfather, dress your wife like a hoe and have him pose down or whatever. But that way we can get kids into if they wanted to. So
right on.
And it helps our neighbors with larger than life, because some people might be getting ready for in the prime of Christmas shopping, and
That's right.
We can all benefit from that. So, I'm pumped that I could get a block of rooms, and that's super awesome.
Oh yeah,
the Wednesday locker room's going to be there, and I know Maddie's coming, and I
think Bobo's coming.
Yeah, Bobo and Matt are coming together, MSG, and then I know Rick is too. So it's going to be awesome, man. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, when those guys came to the opening and surprised me there, like that made me feel so good, man.
Yeah, man.
Like just all that was above and beyond. So what we've created here, and to be celebrated as 2CW adjacent. There's a lot of spin outs, spin offs, and respect for it. So if you're gonna take a little time and have a good weekend before the holidays hit, that'd be our own little Thanksgiving, man. And it's gonna be super fun time, even though the show's kind of changed. Like, I wanted it to be the bigger venues. Obviously, so did you. And like, it's a locker room, and the dudes that want to help promote didn't work out. But it's not like we can't do anything.
All those things,
it's their loss. They're like, they're the ones,
We've talked about this when we're promoting live events. When things end up happening that you didn't expect to happen, it only makes the show better.
Yeah.
Every time that we've ever had an obstacle, Josh and I booking a venue, or there's a talent that all of a sudden they said they could go and now they couldn't. When you scramble and you're like, oh, well, how are we going to? It always ends up being a better show because of what happened. So just because we're in X Hall, but that we're going to be cranking that place out, that it's going to be packed. Yeah. There's going to be standing room only. We're going to have a line around the building like we did at our last reunion show. And, it's just going to be an awesome time. A building is just a building, but when you put 2CW in the middle of it, it's like a party scene. And it doesn't matter what the name is on the building. We're going to have an amazing time.
Yeah, they'll be outside 5 hours before the show, burning it down.
That reminds me. That's a good call. I forgot. Yeah, there's going to be tailgating like there is at every 2CW show. There'll be dudes out there with their grills doing hot dogs and hamburgers and all that kind of stuff. Hot chocolates and coffees and you name it, they'll have it going. So
all the girls will have catering done. Yeah, it'll be everything it was supposed to be.
I forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah, man. The upstate New York Indies have stepped it up because of all those ladies, bro. You go to fucking Immortal, the buffet there is awesome. I don't eat because usually I'm semi-main or main event, so I don't eat before, But
that's how it is, brother.
There's always something for the boys.
Hey, wait, you were the booker too, weren't you?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I can't remember the name of the lady. She was such a nice lady. I can picture her face. She had purple hair. And she would make the best Chinese food, and she'd do the lo mein and the rice.
Still making it all, dude. Last time at GGP's Hall of Fame, they did the one guy's a caterer. He did sugar bacon. Oh, it was killer. I was like, I'm glad I'm not working. I just gotta get bipped off at least some sugar bacon. But not now, man. I've been on the Caesar Bonini.
Funny, just to let you know, that was my nickname in high school. Yeah, you doing there, sugar bacon?
Oh, lick it clean. It was good, man. It was good. It was good day working out. I'm getting ready for older, fatter, balder. I don't know. I'm not there yet.
You're older.
I use my birthday to kind of jump off. Yeah, I've been on the program, steady, but
looking good.
Did he tell you about the thing that I pitched? Nobody would do it, but I thought it was like a good, funny fat guy because I was just watching some Chris Farley stuff.
Yeah.
So if it's older, fatter, or balder, why not do worst body competition? And now Jessica Havoc looks great. I don't know if she's
lost a lot of weight.
So let her host it because she took the most body shaming. So they'll put her over, but then Eddie's put on weight, Sammy's put on weight. I could go out there, Brute could go out there, that. And there's a lot of guys who can go out there, and we just go out and own it and fucking do a worse body.
What are you talking about? You're like 30 pounds lighter than the last time I've seen you.
Yeah, but I'm still like, you don't have to vote for me. and then like whoever I guess owns it the most, and do the hand over the head crowd thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. And you got to get out and do a sexy dance or the truffle shuffle or something. Like. Yeah. I just thought, why not have, instead of a best body competition, a worst body competition, 40 and over.
Right. I won't name names, but out of the ones that you said, there's one particular dude who, when he was breaking in, he was not a big dude at all. In fact, I wouldn't say he was a rail, but he was like, your average building guy. And now, look at this kid. The thing is, he's like at scary weight, where you look at him and go, brother, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, it's Super Beast out there too. Super Beast has lost a lot of weight. Yeah, and like, hey, all these guys I mentioned are great entertainers, man. If you're out there by yourself as the only fat guy, it's embarrassing. But if you got 8 of them, now we got a bit that's gonna go viral, bro, and like. Everybody be talking about it, right?
I'm looking forward to seeing Super Beast because one of the night of our very first pay-per-view,
Dewey out there,
Super Beast was staying at Josh's house. I was always staying at Josh's house back during the shows. And there's a tiny little dive diner in Syracuse called Mother's Cupboard. In fact, a couple of people on the Food Network have been there and everything. And they have this not all you can eat, but it's this huge frittata, and it's called The Hole. Right? Yes, and it's a mountain of food. And let's see, Kodama came in from Japan, and he had never been to America before. We took him. We took Brute. And Brute's girl, one of the ref who now does GCW's production, like Ash, and myself, and we all went to Mother's Cupboard, and they all tried the whole. I got the half because I had been there a million times. Like even the half, I can't even come close to. It's like 3 pounds of food. Guess who finishes it and gets to put his picture on the wall? Super Beast. Now at the time, Super Beast was probably 450 pounds, I'd say.
About 4. Well, I would go 440.
Okay, 440. A wink and a nudge, and he got to put his picture on the wall. So he wrote on his huge empty plate. He took a bottle of ketchup and squirted 2CW, and he held up the plate and got his picture taken. And it's on the wall there now at Mother's Cupboard. So
everybody got their moment, man. Still there. Everybody got their moment with the boys when they knew they had to step up. They had to step up. If you gotta take on Tracy Smothers in a dance competition,
that's what you do.
Take on Tracy Smothers. So yeah, dude, it's gonna be a good time reminiscing and unfortunately lamenting, but hopefully thinking about trades, especially. What I mean? So
he was my roommate, man, at TCW headquarters when I used to pick him up. He'd get into the bus station at Syracuse, or I'd pick him up in Utica when I'd be driving in from Boston. And we would have that hour and a half drive, just the two of us. It'd be the only time we got to hang out alone during the shows, the whole weekends, Like I'd come in on a Wednesday, so we'd pick him up. And it was so awesome because we get to catch up and everything. And he was just such a great guy. And when we stayed at Josh's house, for those who don't know, Josh has like a 7,000 square foot house. And that whole downstairs is about, I'd say 2,500 to 3,000 square feet. There's like 4 bedrooms down there, a huge pool table and like common area. And we had bedrooms on either side of that big common area.
So it almost seems like a house that would be for a reality show.
Literally. Or a bunch of, it's like just set up just like that. But we always said we were 2CW roommates because he always had the room across the hall and I was over there. And the only difference is you could tell he was higher up on the pecking order because he had his own bathroom and I had to use the one for the marks. So, but he,
you weren't working ring crew. He was.
No. And I'll tell you, dude, ring crew first up, last to go to bed every single time, and they did it, man.
Go to bed.
That's one thing I used to do is it's the only time I'd ever pull a little rank is at the end of the night. They would drop me off before they dropped off the ring truck. Like they'd have the ring truck. They would take the ring out at the storage facility, then return the truck, then come home, which is about a good 90 extra minutes. And I got to always be like drop me off at the mansion. So I got to drop off and I got to go to sleep, and I could always hear them starting to come downstairs at the end of the night and be like, oh my God, those sons of bitches. And then we'd have our alarm set for 5:30 if we had a show the next day, and we're up and at it. They'd be, they got in at 3:30 in the morning, and they're getting ready. Let's do it again.
Yeah, that's one thing that people don't realize of indies that they don't do. The 2CW almost always did was a double shot weekend with towns anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours apart, and run them both. So when you had the guys in town, you were getting full dollar amount. Usually you cut a deal for the second day because you didn't have to travel them, right? So you're getting max value, and you can actually do business, tell a story, as opposed to every other indie in the world that does a one-off and then runs 8 weeks later hoping that the storyline carried over.
Right.
You didn't get enough out of who you needed on night one to influence night two. So yeah, man, it'll be a great time. I think that's most of the Stooge and news updates that I have. But I know people are waiting on that info about hotel rooms and stuff, and great Stooge about Wednesday locker room, and there'll be more coming, I'm sure, as we start to shape things up week after week. I've been trying to shape up. I'm on the Caesar Bonini program, and man, been finally at the gym, feeling better. My back has probably felt better this week than it has in 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I mean, when I was done in December at that last CrossFit show, I was fucked up, bro. Like,
I bet.
Real bad. So when it came to massage therapy and stretching and yoga, the kind of from New Year's until about June, until I could start really pushing myself more. Now I definitely feel strong, like I can do everything.
Strong like bull.
Yeah. So
that's good. That's good. Yeah.
So,
I don't know how you would take it bumps, man. Like in your 40s, man. I started slowing down my bookings at 33, and I just said, you know what? Like I love the backstage stuff more than I love being in the ring, and it's time to call this. I knew I wasn't getting called up. By the time I said, okay, this is enough. So I said, all right, I'm not getting anything really out of being active in the ring anymore. At this point, I feel like I'm just taking a spot on the card, and there are some kids out there that would just love to get on the show. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to hold anybody back. So it's like, let them have the spot, and I'll just direct from the back, because that way when you're working, you get 20 minutes to kind of control the crowd and do your thing. But when you're in the back, you get 3 hours where you get to control the crowd and stuff. So it pays off in other ways. You don't get the glory or whatever it is, or, it's a completely different feeling, but it was very satisfying for me. So I could never have in my early 40s. And like I said, I'm 51 now. When I'm 42, taking bumps, get up, boom, feed to this, hit the corner. No, fuck that, dude. No way.
And it was after when it's your left side is your bad side, and then you start to switch to your right, and when your right becomes your bad side because you're protecting the left, that's where I was at. Probably the last 3 years after about age 45 was real bad. But I don't know, when it came to the end of 2CW, I had opportunities because here come other promoters that want to rise up and, have been knocked off the board because of the strength of 2CW for a decade, So I just wanted to carry over that level of.
Yeah, and you're younger than me.
Best
so, it makes sense that you kept going because you still had more to do. But like I said, by the time I was like, all right, I think I've had enough. I started when I was 18, and did all this stuff for WWE in the early days from 92 to 96. So I had my fill, and I did all the things more than I ever thought I'd be able to do. So when I started, cooling it down, I felt very satisfied with what I had done. But like you started later because you had done your comedy thing, you had done, your full college gambit.
I was 28, 29.
Yeah. So so you still had so much more to accomplish before you hung them up. So I understand why you did it. I just couldn't, physically imagine what it felt like 1 or 2, 3 days after the show. You're like, oh my God, was I in a car accident?
And the gimmick is dictated by world events too. So it's like, as the world turns, like, how do you not, But they say they hope you make your comeback in apartment wrestling, you beautiful man. That's the word in chat right now. So if you want private apartment wrestling videos, everything's got a price. I mean,
listen, hey, I ain't gay, but $20 is $20. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, the price of gambling's going up. Obviously, as we transition into other wrestling news here, it's Riyadh season, pal, and I saw Nick Khan pretty much saying Hey, you can't call yourself a global product if you don't put boots on the ground. Like those were the words, boots on the ground. Like all these military terminology things, even when they just did the Perth thing where they were moving the belt, like it was like the beginning of a 007 movie where it's like Operation fucking move belt Khashoggi 101, like and it's guys all military moving the belts inside super tech Pelican briefcases and shit, and it just feels like, okay, we live in a war culture now. Okay, we been through lie hop, my hop, PTSD, war events, and we're not resolving it. So it's just okay to sell out now. We just watched all our comedians who were supposed to have integrity, who towed the line of Me Too or BLM or empowered women, but they decided to sell out and go to Saudi because that's cool now. That your agent says it's fine. Your Jewish agent says it's fine to sell out to the Arabs. And,
Hey, it's money, right?
Yeah.
It still spends the same.
I wanted your opinion of like, what are we supposed to change in this world when they can just buy integrity and those at the top that you're kind of supposedly reaching for that brass ring of greatness of if you're in comedy, a Dave Chappelle, a Kevin Hart, and Dave's pretty much bitching about Comedy Central Jews that fucked him out of $50 million and trying to hold integrity, but then you sell out for how much to them? Right. You're a black comedian, but you're going to go someplace that has slavery.
Right.
Okay. So let's buy 2CW. Let's do whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm done. Like I'm not saying I'm done, but is trying to live a virtuous existence as a performance artist that has a truth, whether it's in my character for whatever purpose that exists, or a comedian or anything along those lines. Like it's all bullshit when Bill Burr goes, fuck billionaires, but takes a check from trillionaires. Who are doing way worse. Like,
well, it's like the great Chris Rock once said, was like, smack him with a dick, smack him with a dick, smack him with a dick. And like asked the girl, why are you dancing to this song? And she's like, he ain't talking about me. And she's
right.
Like, well, but so long as you get the payday and he's not talking specifically about you, money whitewashes everything. And to go back what you were saying about like WWE or Nick Khan, just saying that, the boots on the ground thing. Here's a company that for the last 30 years has told us literally how good they are with optics. So that means they know exactly what they're saying. And you know how it is. It's like you need to let people know your moves, to let them happen so people are in compliance with it. It's like you're watching this, but we told you. We're boots on the ground here in Saudi Arabia. And then you're thinking, well, I did pay the extra $30 to join the ESPN thing so I can watch these things. I'm part of it too, so that's all it is, man. I'm a surf
shark. I'm a surfshark.com/Steph kind of guy.
We just got a Canadian VPN, so we're paying $4 a month. So, so I'm not giving ESPN their money. So I guess that makes me free and clear of everything.
I didn't mean to step on your go home there, buddy. I mean, when it comes to the basis is like, are we in a world where it's like fighting for virtue and acting like you truly care about the message you're sending in your craft and not bowing down before a country that's trying to buy its way out and act like it's Western? Like, if everybody's selling out, why are you staying? Why is anybody staying in the cut? You know what I mean? And trying to hold on to integrity. Yeah, what is it really worth?
I mean, what integrity is only worth to the person who's carrying it, and I guess I feel like, I fought this as long as I could. We have to at some time eventually let these people at least show us that they care, and by do that, I'm going to be the one. It's always the people, like during the Me Too movement, like it was always the biggest creeps who were like, I'm going to be the guy now that makes sure that nobody and it's always the guy who had like 9 girls in the back of a limo,
Yeah.
doing a Coke party and shit like that. I'm going to be the one to make sure none of this kind of crap happens again. Like, motherfucker, you were the problem in the first place. Yeah. So I guess it's just they have to at least virtue signal for a while and say, listen, I resisted, but, I've been really thinking about this. And, we have to learn to forgive and we need to move forward and be progressive about this and let these people, transform their lives into what they want to be. And while they're doing that, if they pay me $350 million to, go and do a private show for them while they take a shit on my girlfriend's chest, hey, all good in the hood, yo.
Yeah, that's where we're at. On one hand, Tucker Carlson is doing a 5-part expose on 9/11 truth. And on the other hand, they're buying Tom Brady to go play flag football. What the fuck are we doing? Yeah. What life are we in? What matrix simulation am I in now? Where I'm supposed to be Marcus Aurelius Stoicism and just doing my thing is, hey, I'm an independent artist. I'm a wrestler. I'm a journeyman. If that didn't happen, I still had a hell of a ride. Like,
just the best part is going to be that the main event of WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia is going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Undertaker. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
And and do people in Saudi Arabia even know who the fuck Dave Chappelle is and like know Chappelle bits? Do they know that Undertaker? Because that to me means why would you, if you're a wrestling fan, why would you want Undertaker versus Stone Cold out of retirement? Because you wouldn't want to see that, like see them at their worst or fucked up. So to me, the audience is really, there's some secret agreement of being held at gunpoint with their bought tickets. They're not buying tickets for Mania. That's going to be a bought show.
Right. Oh yeah, right.
So
it's crazy.
So it seems like some weird North Korean illusion of we like what's Western, what I mean?
Yes. Well, from what I heard during the very first Saudi show, when they were getting things to get together before they announced like the card or anything like that, I saw that the head mark of the guys who was putting one of these shows together, he wanted Yokozuna versus the British Bulldog as one of the matches because they didn't realize the shit that they were watching on like the network was old footage. So they're like, oh, I want this guy, I want that guy, I want Yokozuna. He's been dead 15 years, versus the British Bulldog. It's like, wait. No, that's old shit. Here's the guys that you can choose from, But hey, Stone Cold and The Undertaker are still alive and guarantee you that they'll be cashing like a $10 million a piece check to go in there and stump a mud hole through the dead man,
Here's the problem with and this is them not giving a shit because the check's already cashed. This whole thing with them even wanting Stone Cold and Undertaker and living like it's 1997, right? Exposes that they're really not with our Western culture. Right. So why doesn't somebody say it to them of like, hey, those guys would definitely take your $50 million, no doubt about it. But the reason you're using us will be exposed because of those choices. Right. And it's not a good, let me help you get over the bullshit you're trying to create with this fake new Vegas. Meanwhile, there'll be an undercurrent of human trafficking, slavery, and every other fucking thing going on. Closet, Prince homosexuality, whatever they're fucking doing, right? And while they execute regular people doing it, but the Prince is like you said, like it'll be the dudes that bark the loudest about it, right?
Yeah.
Like all that is what is here and what is coming in their 2030 project. But when they go, we want Taker and Stone Cold, they expose themselves of not knowing or not giving a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. I agree 100%. And it makes me glad that I'm not a female worker for WWE or my wife, and she was working. My wife wrestled in the Indies for 18 years. Like if they had brought her over there, I don't think I'd have to go with her because I would hate for somebody to be like, hey, what's this little one's name? And then that, like, what was the name of that young lady who was dating Matt Hardy at one point?
Ashley
Massaro. And she used to follow me on X. We communicated a few times, not a lot, but that poor girl was like purposely forgotten behind at one point, or I don't know exactly the situation, but she didn't make it on the plane home due to somebody's request and then did not have a good time.
Before our brother Luke Harper died, not to belittle Ashley's and what we've covered that a lot here, what happened in Kuwait. When they got held hostage on the first fucking trip for 10 hours on the tarmac and sent back to the hotel room, bro. Like, they show their cards. They act like, oh, all the shiny, all the money, all the this, all of that, all the production. They show their cards, who they still are and really are at the drop of a hat, like that, you know? And apparently it's fair game. And this is just the world we're going to live in now. That is fucking big of a talk as reparations are in the world, in America, you know, as a hot button race topic, as much as we're taught about slavery and conditioned and civil war from pretty much second grade through college level for the rest of your life, History Channel. We're just going to accept slavery now because these guys got $1 trillion. So fuck it. Right. No, we're just going to do it. And that's where we live. But be angry about it and act like we're evolved since it happened 250, 300, 400 years, the last 400 years ago. But it never really stopped and we're back to it. But these guys got $1 trillion. So it's cool.
Right.
It's cool for everybody. Don't worry about it, Tom.
Yeah. Like Cyndi Lauper says, money changes everything. So that was true 40 years ago when she sang that song, and this rings out true today. And like the bigger the amount, more zeros at the end, the more people are willing to forget what happened and get. Well, I got to get mine. You know, I got to get paid. So it's amazing how you can have selective amnesia when you know, the check starts clearing.
Wow, it's funny you said that because it's going to go one of two ways, and we can come back because you laid down two great ones there. As soon as you said Cyndi Lauper, I think of Dirty Bomb Dewey, my guy in 2CW as well, who is actually a spokesperson for I can't remember the name of the pharmaceutical of what it is for like the skin thing that you know, that he
eczema or something like that.
Yeah, that's something that they both suffer from, him and Cyndi Lauper, but she loves him though, and he just did some commercials and with Pat Buck and like going over on Buck, and Cyndi was there and stuff. So she's got obviously that rock and wrestling connection. I know he was trying to work on getting her into the Hall of Fame because she was of WWE, because she's going into the Rock and Roll.
It's amazing she's not in there. I say that every year.
And how dumb can you be of missing? Like, even WWE misses the easy ones, you know. And
she sang the chorus on Hulk Hogan's entrance theme with Rick Derringer. So,
and you could have had it there before Hogan passed.
Yeah, he could have been the guy to put her in.
Missed, huge miss. Yeah. So, but I'm glad that Dewey's got that connection. Absolutely, and it'll be great to see him too at 2CW.
Well, let's not get carried away.
Well, yeah, that's his. He took. Hey, man, like, regardless of where anybody was on the card, anybody who took bumps for me, which he did, he took the bumps for me.
Many.
I escaped. The Phantom of the Opera got the fuck away. Right again, shucks, we just missed them, and Dewey's laid the fuck out. So, you know, I appreciate anybody who gave me a punch on my.
I hear that, yes, sir.
When you're saying money talks, bullshit walks, and that is true again. As Vince McMahon gets away with a slap on the fucking wrist today in court over his insane driving that's been documented for decades, driving 90 miles, just no respect for life of what can be ended in a second, bro. Like, and you know, I'm sure in the 80s plenty of fucking cocaine fueled that, but live fast, fucking die hard, I guess.
Live fast, die 100.
Yeah. Smashed into the lady, and then she said she was fine, and then all of a sudden, oh, my neck hurts. You're a billionaire?
My back,
yeah. Always be on the cell in an accident. As soon as you get out, be on the cell.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm always limping, so fucking it's easy for me. But the judge
said, they say limping ain't easy.
Shout out Sammy B. Just had ODB on there. Looking forward to seeing all the rest of that. But Vince and his boys outside of the fucking courthouse today.
There he is.
Look at that fucking look at that haircut, pal. You got the goddamn black dye job with the Neo Skunk fucking Ric Flair. That is fucking.
He's turned into Dr. Jerry Graham.
He's definitely back on the gas. He's definitely back.
Look at those arms.
Yeah, he's
filling up my shark skin suit. Oh,
goddamn
my lips filled up for the occasion.
$1,000, I'll hit her again. He said,
"Hey, listen, for $10,000, just let me take these 2 fingers."
But they said if he abides and doesn't have any other incidents for a year,
right,
and he's a good boy, then there won't be any follow up. So Vince is driving at 81 in Sanford. My advice is, Maddie, get out there. I mean, MSG, you want to get paid,
right?
I would just take a like maybe on 2 days a week that you have off, take an hour or two, drive around. You never know when you see a fucking Corvette or a Maserati coming at 90. Just get over a little bit. You fucking
just take the Tappan Zee Bridge. You're bound to run into them eventually. Hey, how you doing there, pal? I call this hairdo the Pepe Le Pew. What do you think?
I'm saying, if you want to become an executive producer at 14th and I, that's the fastest way to settle out of court.
Yeah.
So Colin's in the chat right now, as well as 29 others. You guys, how's it going out there? 2C Dub Talk with the Striz and everything going on in the world of pro wrestling. It's Riyadh season, pal. How'd you like that little segment that got sent to us with EO Sky that I sent earlier? Did you get a chance to see it?
Then you got to remind me. I've had a long day.
Oh, no, it was here. I'll bring it up. I can only.
Does she say she likes mozzarella cheese?
This could rival mozzarella cheese.
Most underrated superstar. My bestie, Akira Tozawa, is underrated. So many women superstars. I feel like I'm underrated. Michin, she's amazing. Chelsea, she's amazing as well.
Who's the biggest trash talker?
Maybe Grayson Wara. My answer is Grayson
Wara. Jerry the King Wara.
Grayson Wara may have replaced mozzarella cheese. Wow. I mean, I feel like whoever it is actually putting her in these segments backstage, specifically to pop me on Russo brand shows, because Vince and Stevie claim that I write these and produce these now.
That'd be the greatest case.
I just lean into it. I put it over as the brilliance that it is. I don't know what it is. I know what it is. It's the Looney Tunes 1980s conditioning of leftover World War II Tojo cartoons and fucking everything that went along with it, right? For the next 30 years. And it is imprinted on my DNA, and I pop every fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why it is like that, but man, it is. So,
oh man, when you're scrolling through Instagram, every now and then you'll see the 8 racist cartoons that Disney no longer shows, or Warner Brothers or whatever, and then you see some of those, and you go, "How in the world?" Even in the '80s, did this make it on TV? And the guy holding the shotgun and it blasts in his own face, and he's got the big lips and the hair going out. Oh my goodness, I can't help myself there, pal. Wow, it's just crazy. And then they show the dude with the big teeth and the Hop Sing braid and
or they would go in on Native Americans hard too.
All that. Oh yeah, with the big nose and the drink. It's crazy, man. They
always turn into Jimmy Durante, the fucking Indians.
It's crazy, man. We grew up with some racist shit. Back then, you just thought it was funny, but I'm sure if I was a young Native American kid watching that, going, "What the fuck is? What's this all about?" That guy looks just like Dad.
Dad, wake up, man.
Been drinking Grandpa's cough syrup again.
But yeah, man, what it comes down to is that stereotypes that are different from us will always make us laugh. And it doesn't matter what, I guess, race you are. Everyone's going to have their other one, whether it's talking like fucking surfer dude, white guy, oh my God, valley girl, whatever race you are, right? Whatever's opposite is going to trigger your flashpoint a little bit. But we can't say that because that's bad form. But Not in this new trillionaire do what you want world.
Hey,
like,
you've got enough money to throw at people. Hey, shut up! I'm watching the racist cartoon.
Yeah, $1,000. That's all they fucking find.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe that. Like, to me, that means they've got the state legislature paid off based on with Linda making a call to one person, right? Because otherwise they would go, oh, we got Vince McMahon in court. We can find him. But like, let's go. That's an easy $100,000 for the tax coffers.
Right. I was just thinking in my head, like, at what point would he actually feel like it was actually like, ooh, like a sting? Like $1,000 to him is like us literally just taking a penny out of our penny jar, and there you go, ding. Like at what point, like he said, like $100,000, he'd be like, oh, motherfucker, fine, there you go. Like he has $3 billion.
He'd be pissed, but he'd pay it.
He'd be like, oh, fuck you, But like, if anybody hit us with $100,000 fine, we'd be like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to fucking mortgage the fucking house. You know what I mean? Like, but like dudes like that, like they don't feel it no matter what. And a guy like Vince, who's so deep in like with stocks and this and that and stuff, like something like $100,000 like replaces itself in a matter of 30 days practically with all the money he's got invested in places.
Yeah, in a second, bro. He makes that an interest on anything. That's nothing in a day. The judge could have gone heel and hit him where he hates it the most, which is him versus Father Time, and made him get an eye test and make sure he can still drive. Like, he would have questioned Vince's age and been like, I don't know if you're fit to drive. I want to make sure you get a full battery of tests.
That would be how you really hurt a guy like that. Is you take away his license or his keys or something and be like, God damn it. Like, not that he couldn't have a limo driver. Like in the movie Arthur, you just have like a guy who just drives you everywhere, because you're just like a stinking drunk or whatever. But he could have a full-time dude just driving his Maseratis for him, and he just sits in the back and chills. But he wants to have the hands on the wheel. He's like that guy that can't give up any kind of anything to anybody at any time for any reason. Has to be the guy in the driver's seat,
Literally, right? Like, although I would like to see the terrible buddy comedy, odd couple comedy of Big Ray and Vince McMahon together in their shenanigans and hijinks. Big Ray is the limo driver, and they get into all kinds of fun together. At the Russian bathhouse.
Would you stop that goddamn singing, you big buffoon?
We gotta go see Velveteen Dream at the bathhouse, Ray. Let's go.
And he'd be like driving ba 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 boo, ba ba ba.
Buff Bagwell says he needs a ride. Let's go.
I want you to massage his nub for him when he gets in the car.
Oh, good stuff. Oh shit, man. Let me see what else I got up here on the sheets. I know there wasn't. Oh, I guess this is kind of the fun one, important one, because I had some stupid creative ideas. But how about, do you have any stooge on what the deal is with Andrade leaving WWE quickly with alleged wellness violations? I mean, the guy's got an 8-pack. Everybody's on the fucking gas. Right now, a lot of people are off the gas and shrinking fast and getting flabby. And then they'll be back on it end of November after Thanksgiving, right before Royal Rumble season. So they'll get 6-8 weeks on. And then they'll be ready to go. But right now, I don't know. Maybe he tested for some Tony Khan powdered milk. Who knows? But leaves, goes to AEW, shows up. People in WWE allegedly from the dirt sheets are getting stooges. They didn't think he had a compete. But after they debut him, they take him right off TV. And word is that WWE sent a cease and desist. Do you have any stooge on what the shoot is going on or no?
No, from what I heard is that the new TKO contracts have a stip in them that says that if you get fired or you quit, you still have a 90-day compete clause. And if you violate that you can go up to a year of having to be off TV. So I can't believe Tony, with like his background with people that will take advantage of him and stuff, doesn't have a lawyer that looks at other guys' contracts when they're coming on board saying, let me make the fine print here to make sure before we put you on our live television program that you can actually do this. You don't take a guy at his word for things like that. You got to go and
any worker is going to be like, "Fuck,
yeah,
hey,
it's fine.
You got your state license? Oh yeah.
I'm good to go."
What
Like
number is it?
18,
Yeah,
5,
I'm
3.
Niner.
And so you can't in this day and age, you got to let the lawyers do the lawyering and go through the guys' contracts when they're getting ready to come on and be like, you got to cover your own ass. You know what I mean? So I'm really surprised. Well, I can't say I'm really surprised they didn't do that, but you got to watch the P's and Q's. You know what I mean? You got to make sure everything's in
You
order.
have any stooge or any idea why he was so quickly gone?
No, but I figured it was. I just figured it was like, okay, Charlotte came back. There's a little heat in the locker room. Somebody probably told him he's a little I don't know what the word like I can't remember the fucking term for it, but somebody like probably let him say it'd probably be better if you weren't here. If she's going to be here, persona non grata. Yeah, so maybe, hey, brother, if you have any doors open back at the other place, maybe you would suit everybody best if you just went back.
Or why not just let him be the lead guy in AAA? It seemed like that would have been an easy thing too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
because he had a banger match with maybe it was Dragon Lee. I can't remember who's the other luchador who's fucking really
maybe Ray Phoenix. I'm not sure, but they were getting ready to have him be in a tag team with Ray Phoenix and get a pretty good push from what I was hearing before. They ended up leaving, but who knows?
But he was shredded, but still, it's WWE. Everyone's fucking gassed up all the time. So that to me means like
it was something else. It had to be. It couldn't have been,
I don't think it was the Charlotte stuff, to be honest with you, because they tried to do that with the Tiffy time, and he even tweeted like, "Dude, I'm I'm out. I'm done with that." And it doesn't seem like, but I don't know. I haven't heard that there's drama with that, but. Or maybe he was up on somebody else's girl who he shouldn't have been up on. Right. You know what I mean? That's a possibility.
They're not together anymore, the two of them? Kaiser and her?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think Kaiser was legit trying to hook up with Charlotte was the fucking rumor. So, it's the incestuous cast. It doesn't matter if it's WWE or Summer Stage for fucking the Music Man. You bring in actors, there's going to be some of that weird shit going on.
Yeah, my wife and I had talked about that before. Like, what makes it like be like that? But like when you're on the road that many days a year and stuff, you date who you work with or you date who you see, and it's the people around you that you're going to be.
Once you're a worker, it's hard to be with a civilian, bro.
It really is because they don't get it.
The civilian gets sucked into the worker mentality and lifestyle because it's just part of
it's part of survival. Yeah, like you have to do to survive in the world, and there aren't a lot of people out there. Let's face it, that are going to be willing to let you be away from home 28 days out of the month, and then like you come home and you're just out of it. It's just. Now you're finally home and you're a zombie and all you do is sleep for 18 hours and you're gone. It's like, this is my life. This is what you signed up for. You knew this when I dated you. Now that we're together, it's an issue. You know what I mean? Like when I used to come to fucking Sheboygan, you had no problem with me, seeing me once a month. Now it's a problem.
Yep.
So, but people don't get it. Like that's not just like anybody romanticizing it. It's like when you're full time on back when they were doing 300 dates a year. There were times when guys wouldn't be home for 2 months at a time. Can you it's like maddening the amount of time you spent on the road.
You have to go into a relationship with like, hey, the door's there. I'm not here to hold anybody to do anything. They don't want to be with me. Da, 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 da. Like,
right. Yeah.
I get, but this is my path, and if you're going to be in my storyline, so be it. I'm excited to see where it all goes.
Right, but you're not coming with me because I don't take my, I don't take the person I'm dating to work with me, and hey, every now and then you're gonna get to come to a pay-per-view, and we're gonna fly out, and you're gonna go to a hotel, and it's gonna be fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun, but that's not every week. Right. I'm at work. And people don't realize that wrestling is really is a job. Like there's a lot that.
It's not like I'm gonna leave either, and I'm all fucked up. No, let's go have fun now. No,
right? It's not like you only work 15 minutes once a week because that's when your match time is. There's a ridiculous amount of everything that goes into what you do to make that 15 minutes happen. And, it's just, you're going to be left alone most of the time. And if you can't handle that, or you're going to be like one of those people like, is he cheating on me? Like if there's so little free time, when you're in that lifestyle that, I'm sure that's why most relationships in wrestling don't work out, which is why guys just choose somebody who's already on the road because they get it,
I think it's about trust too. And even though we distrust each other, we all know that we have a trust of healthy distrust, that we're all in on it. We're all trying to work to get ourselves over, and everybody in the room understands that. So when you go out to be with somebody who's not, that's where the disconnect is. But if you connect with somebody in the locker room who are young, dumb, and pretty, or whatever the fuck, you still at least understand we're on the same page together and we have that mutual connection because we're in the mob together. You know, like that's the weird part of this whole fucking carny business, man. So, and it can come back to bring hate on you, like Undertaker's feeling right now.
Oh, I know.
Like looking silly out there, bro. But at the end of the day, when he cashes a $50 million check for doing one choke slam in fucking Riyadh, who's the rib?
Yep. He's like, if I want my wife to be on the podcast, guess what? She's going to be on the podcast because the check is cashing regardless. So,
yeah, dude, it's just a weird thing. People are like, legacy, fuck it. Because if he's doing it, like, what am I saying? Why are you trying to hold on to virtue? And it's a tough thing to get through my head. Because I've committed to the bit with the beard and, pay out the PTSD and make guys left and right, and I'm happy to do it because my journey's been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But here we are kind of at the end of the road of what is next. And it's like, okay, let me get an agent and somebody get hold of Turkey El Sheikh and give me $15 million to make a studio and we'll actually go into production. Like they're funding. They just gave $400 million to a studio exec to start his own thing, just to develop projects, bro. Like they're just they want to buy everything. We are in entertainment podcasting. They've already bought fucking the top tier guys, whether it's Rogan with TKO and Theo Vaughn and the rest of them.
Yep.
So guess what? Give us our cut and we'll show you some crazy shit too.
Right.
Because they're not going to be able to rein everybody in and what their content is and what they want. Because if they do, then it'll come back on them as censorship and oligarchy and all that shit.
Right. And it's like one of those things, you either fight them or join them. And if you fight them, that's fine. And you can have your personal pride about it. And that's great if that's what you want to do. But if you also want to, maybe make a living doing the things that you love to do, you may not love the person who's giving you the money, but at least what you can do with that money is maybe something good. So, you can turn it back on them that way.
Up and put you into 15 fucking suitcases.
But something good. I mean, you do something positive in your life that's going to help you, maybe, balance out the, where this came from kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like try to maybe cleanse your aura a little bit or, take a little bit off of the, what do they call it? Karma.
Yeah. Get some points back. I agree. Booker of the Decade in Universe mode. Wow. That's a strong booker right there.
Hey there.
Says bye. I think it means Ben. Might be for the right.
Hey, like I said, $20 is $20.
During the war, you helped me a lot to deal with what I went through. I know it might not be a lot, but your commitment to help people you may never know or meet. I just want to say thank you. Wow, great sentiment. Thank you so much. Yeah, the war goes on, it seems, my guy, and I'm glad you made it through whatever you were going through, and that you could find some escapism or relating or watching me get my fucking ass kicked at the end of every story and feel good about that, man, because I couldn't sit there and let weapons of mass destruction, anthrax attacks to Tom Brokaw, Sandy Hook dads. I couldn't sit there on the sidelines and not use my art form to try and help people, through this, and to show that the work can handle anything, even if it's pro wrestling. Sure, I might take a donut in the face and try and kiss a girl and it all fucking goes awry. Sometimes I might be in police academy fighting a guy named Super Cop Dick, and then other times I might be on the insurgency telling you about gas prices and fucking Islamophobia and Muslim extremists. And the work can handle anything depending on what scenario I'm in. And I'm glad you were there and you enjoyed it, because I enjoyed creating it and making it. And And I still do, and even at a much slower pace for the right times with the right people, man. And absolutely, today one of the right people was here to help give me those opportunities, and was excited about what I could bring to the table, and I love him for it. And it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome in November, and I hope you guys can make it a November to remember and book your rooms and come check us out and be part of probably the best HMG meetup that will ever be so far. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Yeah,
Everything we've done
time.
WrestleZone days.
Yeah.
So,
can't wait.
Yeah. Anything else you want to stooge off, Striz?
No, not really. I mean, I'm glad that I got to be on the show. I wish I could do this more often. I know we both have weird schedules right now, but hopefully we can do this again pretty soon, or at least post the 2CW show.
We'll get one in beforehand.
Yeah,
we can really hype it a couple of weeks before,
and then afterwards we can talk about all the awesome things that have happened and the people we got to meet, and it'd be a really cool way to like kind of close that out. Hey, and you never know; it may not be the closeout; it may be the launching pad to something completely different.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say. I mean, it's funny to say, could we be in Riyadh? Maybe if we had the connections, but everyone's talking about WrestleCon, the WrestleMania weekend in the spring that would normally be WrestleMania being held in New Orleans. It's been fucked over not just by Katrina, but by TKO and WWE. That maybe, who knows, 2CW New Orleans, it'd be tough because our hardcores aren't there, but all the hardcore wrestling fans are. And with the right show and the right venue, maybe that could become a reality too. And like you said, this November could be a spark for that. It just depends how bad we wear him out with bullshit and what he wants to do after that.
Right. So, well, I'm up for anything. I'll tell you that,
dude. So I'm glad you were up for it today, my guy. I look forward to it. The time is ripping by, so we'll be talking, I'm sure, on the regular, and absolutely see each other face to face soon enough. And I can't wait for that. Right, along with the rest of the Wednesday locker room, Friday locker room, and Monday locker. All the goddamn locker rooms are here. Let's go to the ladies' locker room. Oh my. But it's the Striz, it's the his Zacker. We're backer. You guys here on the Friday locker room, ultra declassified kayfabe edition. We'll be switching up the Patreon in the new year, but I'm glad we can do these shows and get the community hyped up. So share the clips, and we'll try and get more information out in the Facebook groups as well here on the Friday locker room. HMG Infidels, YOLO.
If you're not Caucasian, then leave. Mark Henry.